Hello and welcome to Marketing Management, K602. My name is Meg Thams and I'm an assistant professor in the MBA program here at Regis University. I oversee the marketing discipline for the program. For these next 8 weeks, we're going to ask you to wear your marketing hat. We're going to be looking at a number of things. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the role of marketing in the development of a sound business strategy. We're going to be looking at things like how do you determine what your core competence is, or what a firm's core competence is. We're going to be looking at things like how do you develop and take advantage of the competitive advantage that your company might have. We're also going to be looking individually at the 4 Ps, the marketing 4 Ps, which are product, distribution, pricing, and promotion. We'll look independently at these, for example, product strategies, branding strategies, and methods of promoting your product in the different stages of the product life cycle. We'll look at distribution strategies, which does fall under the marketing domain. Issues like whether you should market your product through direct channels, for example, using the internet, or whether you should use intermediaries, middlemen, to help to market or bring your product to market. We'll also be looking at different pricing strategies that a company uses to either advance their product or to compete with existing products that are on the market. And finally, we're going to be, in the 4 Ps, we're going to be looking at promotional strategies, looking at the promotional mix per se, which consists of advertising, public relations, direct marketing, and direct sales. So we'll be looking at those individually and examining their role in the marketing process. We're going to turn and look at how each of these strategies that we've developed for the 4 Ps, for product, price, distribution, and promotion, will change as the product goes from the introduction stage of its life, when you launch the product, through the growth of the product, and through its highly competitive period in the mature stage, and finally, how all of these, how all the 4 Ps play out in the decline of the product or in its mature stage. Finally, we're going to be taking a look at some of the ethical issues that surround the discipline of marketing. I'm sure you can think of a couple of those. We'll be using a variety of different learning tools to get through this material. You'll find in the materials that you received that you have a textbook and a course pack and a study guide. All of these are your reading materials. The course pack that I'm referring to will contain articles of interest that we'll discuss in the discussion forums. We'll have case studies that we'll be looking at through the period to examine how different companies dealt with some of these strategy issues, marketing strategy issues. You also have a study guide that contains content that will guide you through the topics that will be addressed on a weekly basis. You'll also note that there are video presentations for the next 8 weeks, and those consist of 2 different types of presentations. The streaming videos themselves are embedded into the course site, and you can access those by hitting the hot link to the streaming video as you progress through each week. The VHS tape that you've received in your packet will contain panel discussions, which essentially are a gathering of professionals discussing a topic of interest. You'll want to make sure that you find those and pay attention to them. Finally, we'll be participating in forum discussions, which really is the heart of these courses, your opportunity to interface with the instructor and glean from that person as much as you can about their experience with marketing. You'll also have an opportunity in these forum discussions to get the view of some of your fellow students, which is very important. All of you come from, all of you do have work history and bring that history with you to the courses, and that's an important part of these courses. So I'll just ask you to put your marketing hats on and enjoy the course. See you online.